70, Florida ID number 1370, line cell 1-76. Now that is for AC over granular base. This has a coquina base. The thicknesses have been identified by the district people here in the 5th District of the Florida DOT, and they look typical section to the greatest degree. Okay, we're going to be working in the northbound lanes here of State Highway 407. We're over near Cocoa, Florida, near the NASA facilities. I'll begin the walking survey in just a moment, and I'll talk and describe a few things as I go. The test section now looking towards the north. The stations run from south to north here in Florida, and we're looking up in the direction we'd be going in. The reason we chose this lane was that on the typical sections of the plans, it indicated that if there was any upgrading of this facility in the future, it would involve constructing new southbound lanes and just reversing the existing southbound lane. Therefore, we chose this one because we felt it would possibly be useful even if widening was expected, which is not anticipated or not on any plans that we were able to locate. We're in relatively flat country, have quite a bit of water backwards of us and up ahead of us as well. But within here, we're in a fill section, approximately, I would say 6 feet of fill or so. Just looking out here, we'll double check that on the cross sections and report it. The only distress which we noted was haven't noted any cracking of any kind in the lane, and I'll check for it again as we walk along here. But I've been up and down this section 2 or 3 times already and haven't noticed. We had a straight edge and we went ahead and measured some rutting. Typically it was around a 1/4 inch in both wheel paths. Most cases we had slightly greater rutting on the inside wheel path. We had one location where we measured a rut depth of 3/4 of an inch. But that was a localized incident, and on downstream we didn't notice it went back to the original pattern, except at the 5th station, the end of the test section, we found that the rutting was slightly higher in the outside lane, but not much. Slightly greater, that is. We have one lane in each direction, as I've already noted. Have no paved shoulder, although it's easily accessible, easy to pull over off the side here. And it was kind of difficult finding this particular location because there isn't a whole lot of things that stand out to you here in this area, terrain-wise or structure-wise. So we located it by finding a triple box culvert, 12 by 8 I believe it was, back about 300 or so feet upstream of the test section. You see the traffic control we have set up that's basically allowing me to do this. We're able to get everything marked in the gaps between the traffic quite easily before we even had the control set up. I've got some pictures of the measurement of the rutting back up stream from here. I'll get down here, I'll go ahead and do the panoramic view as we get to the end of the test section, which you may be able to see up ahead. Appears to be a limestone aggregate used in the asphalt concrete that's lending this bleached out appearance to the surface. Rather coarse mix, I'd say similar to the type C that we used back in Texas. See, I'm at the end of the test section, and see, we're looking again forward, looking north, and I will rotate around. Saw something else that I'll show in just a moment. See, we don't have exciting countryside around here in terms of having a lot of relief. Sandy subgrade, which is is quite evident looking at the exposed soil all around. The show here is an example of the coquina shell. What it is a conglomerate material consisting of shells, back off from it a little bit so you can see its size, shells and sand and other particles which have been bonded together through time. And this is the type of material that was used as the base here. This section would probably be a good candidate for one of the maintenance cost effectiveness as the needs to maintain this thing develop. Something else which we were talking about as we went along is if they are going to be doing any expansion of this roadway to 4 lanes, as I described before, talking about how to handle this with the ruts, and that might be something else to consider as a part of specific pavement studies. That is preparation for any resurfacing or rehabilitation which is done. Here in Florida, they typically try to mill out whatever cracks or any rutting which may exist in the asphalt concrete layer, and try to leave the base intact whenever possible. Be interesting to be able to run an experiment and just see how something performs after that, particularly the thin overlays that are placed back, or using either original asphalt concrete or asphalt concrete with original or virgin aggregates, or using reclaimed asphalt pavement. Little evacuation route marker up there serves also as a guidepost for where the test section is along here. Route sign is approximately 120 feet south of the beginning of the test section. Test section 12370, Florida ID number 1370, in Brevard County near Cocoa, Florida.